Today, I want to give you all a little insight into our brand, Mama Mio, and how we have built our business from scratch over the last 5 years in a very untraditional way. There are two sides, I believe, to creating business. One is technical and in some ways very male. The other is emotional and therefore intrinsically female. Today, I will be focusing on a little hybrid of these to give you an insight into what I have learnt in the many businesses I've been involved in over the last 25 years. More than anything, I believe the lessons and principles I've learnt through creating and building an emotional skincare brand can be invaluable in building any other business, be it product or service related, because our biggest consumer base in this country is women. And I think you guys will understand me when I say it takes one to know one. Firstly, let me tell you a little bit about me, and most especially about Mama Mio, because I don't know how much you know about us already, but Natasha's given me a very nice plug. Throughout my career, I've been involved in a number of different businesses. I'm what you might call a serial entrepreneur. At 25, I left advertising to set up my first business, a Michelin-star restaurant in Soho. Now, that is a hell of a way to learn fast and learn hard. After 5 years, I left the restaurant in the hands of my new husband, having realised pretty quickly that to work together 24/7 in that kind of intense environment is not the recipe for a good marriage. I then set up a branding and design agency called Miller Sutherland with Kathy Miller, who 20 years later is still my business partner. So young. You meant to say something now. But I think a big achievement to have the same partner 20 years in, because that's like a marriage in itself. At Miller Sutherland, we specialised in brand creation in the areas that we were most interested in, beauty and drink. Fast forward 15 years to 2005, a little sidetrack into film production, 7 kids and a whole lot of great beauty projects across the world, plus the addition of our fantastic third UK partner, Tanya Mackay. And in September 2005, we felt the time was right to pool all our experiences and expertise and launch our own brand in the US and the UK. Because we were always so focused on the American market from the very outset, we teamed up with our great US partner, Jill Dunk, who runs our US sales office in California. And late 2005, Mama Mio was born. So as you can see immediately, we come from unusual beauty stock. None of the UK partners have ever worked for one of the big beauty brands. We do not have the usual corporate training, the new product development systems, the marketing and sales guidelines. We've built our business in a totally different way. Mama Mio is small, but we are incredibly ambitious. We have one overriding goal. We want to be the most recommended skincare brand in the world. Because we're small, because we report to ourselves rather to a bank or a board, we can run our business in how it makes us feel good. Our mission at Mama Mio is to help women feel more confident in their skin at any age and every stage. We try and focus on this mission in all our communication. And this total focus really helps our whole Mama Mio gang feel very proud of what we do. And we hope, of course, that it will help lead to our massive ambition of being the most recommended skincare brand in the world. Imagine if you could measure the success of your brand, your business, by how you have positively affected women, rather than how much money you have made or how many products you've sold. Of course, they're closely linked. If you have made a difference to a lot of women, you will have sold a good amount of products and sales will be healthy. But how refreshing and rewarding to focus on the number of those women rather than on the top line or the bottom line of a P&L. It's a different way of accounting, but I think it's something that will catch on. I think the last couple of years have really taught us that just chasing the pound or the dollar is not the way to build good business. I'm sure that my son's generation will have a much more holistic, more long-termist, more socially aware approach to business. Let's hope so anyway. I believe the UK is an incredible market. Sophisticated consumers who are open to new, geographically tight, very powerful and professional journalism, another plug for Matthew, high standards of production and design. Of course, starting from scratch isn't easy, but against all the odds, we have built a brand that is now available in a few thousand stores and 5-star spas in the US and the UK, and with distribution in 8 other countries. And we have only just begun. We've grown up from a tiny niche maternity brand into a high-performance skincare brand, giving women at all ages and stages solutions to help them feel good in their skin. And this week is super exciting for us because, product plug, we have just launched our new high-protein face care range, finally making us properly top to toe. So let's start at the beginning. You decide to take the plunge and start your own business. How do you stand out? How do you spread the word? How do you build demand? How do you create loyalty? How do you make sure you have every chance of the success that you deserve? Let's look at the ingredients you need to create a business in the beauty market, because they apply to so many other markets. You actually need 3 different kinds of ingredients lists. The first is your business ingredients. This is the foundation, the mechanics of your business that enables you to trade. Top of that list, sad but true, is going to be money. You're going to need a business plan. You need a good team to help with sales, marketing, and finance. You'll probably need a logistics department to distribute your product. You'll probably need some good professional advisors. And of course, you need something to sell, your brand. Your brand needs its own ingredients list to ensure success. And that list needs to be as unique and as ownable as possible. It determines how your brand is perceived by women, where it sits in the market. It will be what your brand stands for. And from this brand list, your product is going to come. With its own ingredients list, in our market, it's in Latin and nobody can understand it. This is the easy part. The creation of the actual product is the most straightforward part of the whole beauty business. Anyone who launches with a substandard product is just plain daft. Your product has to be good. But a great product is not enough. The most important list on this board is your brand ingredients. That is the one that will mean success or failure of your business. That's the one that women will understand, relate, and respond to. So if you get that one right, you will have struck gold. If you really want to create a long-term business, you need to engage your consumers in a way that no other brand is doing. You need to create emotion, because emotion creates brand loyalty, and loyalty is the most powerful brand and business building tool in the world. So you won't be surprised to hear that many of my golden guidelines relate to the creation of loyalty and emotion in our customers. Any new business needs to consider that balance between the left and the right brain needs of a business, the yin and the yang, and as I was saying at the beginning, the male and the female attributes that make up a perfect whole. So let me tell you my golden tips that I believe any entrepreneur should challenge themselves to consider to ensure success. So what are the vitals that every entrepreneur needs when building a business from absolute scratch, that investors will want to be part of, that consumers will want to be part of, that will give you the success that you deserve? I think this is a great statement, and I'm really going to say to you, learn from my mistakes, because I've had 25 years of making them, and you can shortcut that by just hearing some of these things and not having to make them all yourself. That's one of my favourite quotes. My first thing is have something new that either is or sounds genuinely new. Give it the why bother test. Why is anybody going to trouble to want to buy it or want to take your service from you? Remind yourself daily that a good product is not enough. Don't follow trends and fads. Just think all the time, every day, about that why bother test. If you're doing something that somebody else has done, there is no point. They may well have done it better already. My second point is to have a very clear idea of who is going to buy your product or service, because I have a lot of people come to me and say, I've got this really excellent idea, and I say, where are you going to sell it and who's going to buy it? So, I hadn't got there yet. It's just, I know I've got this really great idea, but if it's going to be a business, you need to know who's going to buy it from you. So who's your customer? What does she want? How does she feel? Think like a consumer. Never think like a brand or a business. Think always about what women really, really want. I'm bottom left. So thirdly, know how to talk to them. Really importantly, how are they going to know that you exist? Editorial, I think we've covered that already about PR, using PR. I love the whole thing with your cellulite stunt, wearing the pants, fantastic. You have to have a unique and ownable brand tone of voice. You have to be distinctive and surprising in all your communications. PR is the cheapest advertising that you will ever have. So we use that a lot. I wanted to show you a little something which is a viral that we created last year, which I hope sums up this whole thing of having a unique and ownable tone of voice, particularly within the beauty market. This is an example of a pop promo that we produced last year. It's to help raise money for our charity partner, Look Good, Feel Better, and to also help build awareness and sales of our new body shaping product, Get Wasted. Instead of traditional advertising, which of course is unaffordable for us as a small brand, we launched a singing tummy button. Let me introduce you to Belle and her buttons.
Check me out, I'm so fabulous, toned and trimmed, nothing fabulous. I was a little jelly belly hiding underneath some clothes. Now I'm a yummy tummy, I don't want the world to know. Tantita, check her out, she's so fabulous. I'm fabulous. Trim, nothing fabulous. Not fabulous. Check it out, you could all be fabulous. Come on, girls, let's get wasted.
So we put that out on YouTube, and within a week we had 40,000 hits. So it helped us in a really unusual way, in a very Mama Mio way, raise awareness of what we were doing as a brand, and also help raise awareness and money for our charity partner. My fourth point is to deliver on every single level. So always remember that it isn't just the product that people are buying. They're buying an entire brand from you. They're buying service, the quality of the product, of course, but it is that complete brand experience that's so important. You need to make your consumers feel special. You need to make her feel that her business, her opinion, her satisfaction really matters, because then you will bring her close to you. On average, I hear that people pass a story about bad service on to 5 friends, but they pass on a story about good service to 10 friends. And I want to remind you that our goal as Mama Mio is to be the most recommended skincare brand in the world. So things like these testimonials are hugely important for us. Number 5, have a plan. Now this maybe should be closer to the top of the list, but without nailing all of those previous points, trust me, your plan is completely irrelevant. As entrepreneurs, we are always so focused on the product that it is very easy to overlook a very basic business principle. Without a plan, A, no investor will believe that you can run a business however great your idea is. And B, you have nothing to measure your success or, God forbid, your failure against. Of course, there's going to be a lot of guesswork. Trust me, everybody makes it up at the beginning. Nobody knows what you're going to sell. But it's a framework that you can use to raise money, create a team around, and measure your success. It becomes your roadmap, not your straitjacket, that you can detour off at any time, but you still want to end up in the same place at the end. And finally, know this. If it was easy, everyone would do it. I must say this to my gang at least once a month. It is a tough gig starting something from scratch. And this Edison quote, I think somebody referred to something very similar earlier, all about perspiration and persistence. This is what entrepreneurship is about. The idea is 1%, making it happen is 99% of the job. So it's absolutely vital that you love what you do and you do what you love. And in a perfect world, you also love who you do it with. Because that passion will be the very lifeblood of your business. It will create emotion. And emotion creates sales. So when you're thinking about the ingredients you need to succeed in your own business, remember it is the ones that create emotion that are the most valuable. And if you create emotion, whatever you are selling, your product or your service, will sell itself. Thank you very much.